So, we lost Lily Chen.
We did.
And that's tough on me because she's like one of my favorite investigators in this game. And I was really torn on whether or not we should use her so early in case something like this happened. Not only did we lose her, she did nothing. Oh, I screwed up with her so bad. But she will be missed.
Mm-hmm.
She will be missed. So, hello. I'm Rob. This is Eric. Hello, Eric.
Hello, I'm Eric.
What do you think? Are we ready to lose some more at Eldritch Horror?
Not really, but it's not like we have a choice.
I don't know. I think we've got. I'm feeling okay about it. Feeling okay about it. We did lose Lily, and then that's a real heartbreak. She's a great, well-rounded character. I decided to bring back, or not bring back, but to bring in to replace her Luke Robinson, who's the Dreamer. And part of his deal is that he can move to gates as an action. So that should be able to help us get some board coverage, and if we can get him some clues, be able to make some progress on the thing we need to make some progress on.
Mm-hmm.
I know we were feeling a little dispirited, but, you know, when you take a look, we're still at 12 Doom. We're, 5 turns in or something.
Right.
So, we just need to get to work. Get some spells, hit some gates. I think it might be time, if somebody has 2 clues, to get rid of the secrets of the past in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Lola should be able to find some time to take care of move to Boston fairly soon. And yeah, I think we're okay.
Okay.
So, as we go into the 5th turn, the question, as always, is who's going to be the lead investigator. I'm happy to have what's his name step in, unless you have a preference. I don't think we're too time based on anything.
No. If you have a plan, I'd say go for it.
All right. So we'll move this over to Luke, and we'll start his. So all he's gonna do is what Lily should have done 2 turns ago and leave the Himalayas.
Okay.
And then he's going to focus. And my plan with him is to get Lily's stuff. Next turn to get a spell. Go back to the Himalayas and take care of all that.
Okay.
Calvin.
I have no idea what I'm doing. So there's that.
Do you want?
If I hang out here, I can close the gate.
Okay. Do you have a clue and a spell? You have clues.
I have clues. I do not have spells.
Okay.
So we probably want to get a spell before we close that gate. That was why I was in Arkham, trying to get spells.
And then a gate opened.
But the stupid gate got in the way.
Well, so you could try to kill the monster, and instead, you don't have to have an otherworld encounter there. You could have an Arkham encounter once the monster is dead.
Okay, let's do that. So, what can I do when I'm in? I can focus, right?
You can focus. You can always focus.
Okay.
I think...
what else? Can I shop?
You cannot shop if there's a monster.
Okay.
So you could prepare for travel.
Okay, that's what we're doing. We're focusing and we're preparing for travel.
So the other thing you could do is any local actions, such as your special action or actions on cards.
Yeah, but I don't want to give other people health right now.
Well, I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying you could.
Okay, let's see. I don't think any cards have any special actions.
I don't think you do, Al.
I can't rest, so I can't do that.
Well, oh yes, you can't rest right now because there's a monster. Yes.
So we're going to prepare to take a boat trip. I figure if I survive this, I'll go and try to get this clue down here.
All right.
Well, I mean, it depends on what happens. But it can't hurt to have a boat ticket.
No, it rarely.
And that's the.
And now we're going to get the one Mythos card in the deck that kills you if you have a boat ticket.
Most likely, yes.
All right, so next up is Lola, my girl Lola, who also doesn't have a whole lot to do because she is stuck trying to get a clue. So I've got one focus. I can have a second one, so I will focus. And oh, right, that's what she has to do. She has to rest because she took a lot of damage from the last Mythos phase as well. So we'll bring her strength up to 3 with the rest. And then do I have something that happens when I rest? When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to decipher the ledger. Test observation. So Lola's observation is a 3. She has no... Right.
Okay, there.
So I threw out all the dice from last game. Sorry?
Sorry. No. I just figured out how to open up the chat. So I was like, oh, hey, that works.
All right. So I went and deleted all the dice from last time because I largely hated them. And I thought it was time to start over.
Okay. Yeah, I hated the dice from last game too.
All right, so I passed the observation test. The first thing I'm going to do is grab one of these tokens and put it on her personal story. Because once she has one for each, whenever she passes, first time she passes a test, she gets to put one of those down. And when she has all 5, she gets her benefit. Then what was I doing here? Where is it? Okay. If you pass, discard this card, the police ledger, and gain 1 clue. So that comes here from the bag. And now Lola is pretty well loaded up for clues, especially if she gets this next one. And that brings us to our good friend, Tony.
Okay, so first of all, I did something wrong on Tony.
Uh-oh.
In the previous round, his madness, we tried that, and I flipped the card, and I misread the card. The card said impair lore or observation. I impaired both.
Well, that was wrong of you.
That was wrong of me. So I'm going to keep my observation high.
All right.
And lore, I have a 1 lore, and it can never go lower than 1, right?
You always roll 1 die.
So if I have a 0 lore, I still roll 1 die.
Yes.
Okay, so against my better judgment, I am going to perform another rest action, and if I fail, I'm just going to
rage quit,
impair lore to negative 5,000 or something like that, so that There's nothing more that I can do bad with lore. So we're going to perform a rest action, and Tony has 2 things that trigger on a rest action.
Awesome.
First, when you perform a rest action, you cannot recover sanity. Flip the madness card. Okay, so I'm going to flip this card so that it is visible. And so now, according to the card, with all you've seen and heard, you could not possibly go on, fearing what awaits you in death. Instead, you hope gouging your eyes out or giving yourself a lobotomy will end the suffering. Test sanity minus, or will minus 1.
Will minus 1.
Which is 1. So, let's hope we got better dice. Nope. If you fail impair lore or something, I'm just going to impair lore more. So
all
now
right.
lore is at minus 2.
Right, so that is the most you can impair lore.
Yeah, okay. So we'll flip this back again. And then, madness also tests. When you perform a rest action, you cannot recover sanity. Roll 1 die. Again. But this is on a 4, 5, or 6. So we'll roll.
Oh.
And it's a 3. So that was a giant waste of time.
A little bit.
Yeah, and so we did nothing there. Now, I think I'm going to go down and try to get this clue down here. Oh, no, I can't. Shit.
Which
That
clue
was,
where?
The clue on the tip of Africa.
Ah.
But, yeah, I'm going to just sit here and try to spawn clues.
Even though you don't have the stuff to do the stuff with the gate, do you want to beat up the cultists? Because when you defeat monsters, you get good stuff.
Sure. We'll go and try to defeat the cultist. Let's do that. That seems like a Tony thing to do. Go out in a blaze of glory.
He's... Okay. Okay.
You think I'm being too defeatist?
And this is me saying this.
Yes, I know.
This is me saying this.
It is you saying that, and I am being too defeatist. I just don't like having all those reckoning things on him.
I know.
It's stressful, man.
I know.
You know, there's a lot of stress to being deranged.
Well,
deranged.
Maybe it will go okay. Maybe you'll get a
terror and wanted all at once. There's a lot of stress being Tony.
Oh,
man.
wanted barely counts. Are we ready for the encounter phase?
We are ready for the encounter phase.
All right. So we are in the encounter phase. Our first encounter is with Luke. Luke is in Shanghai, and he is going to have an encounter with the back of Lily Chen's card over here. So, Lily was defeated in a... there we go, that's a little better. She was defeated in a physical, or because she lost all her strength, her body, or whatever the hell it's called. So, do you want to read the red part of the back of her card here?
Sure. When you reach the hospital, you find Lily's things, but she is not in her bed. Gain all of her possessions. Well, that's nice. You quickly find that she's been kidnapped by cultists.
Oh, no.
Fight to free her, which is a strength check.
Fight to free her. All right. So. All right. So I have all this stuff, but I previously locked it down. So I don't remember. So my strength is a whopping 2. So I'm going to borrow these dice here. I passed!
Nice. Nice. You passed well. Yeah. Okay. So you fight to free her. You fight to free her. If you pass, you interrogate the cultist and Lily is safe. Really return to the hospital to begin the slow healing process. Retreat doomed by 1. If you fail, Lily disappears on the darkness. So, let's take a moment here.
Yeah.
You officially saved Lily Chen, according to the game.
Okay.
Could we theoretically bring her back because she was saved? Can we make that ruling? That if you save the character, you get to use the character.
I don't know, because I don't know that they all work that way or not.
No, but
let's say that I am. So she can't return this game.
No, not this game.
How about I am open to thinking about that? I see your point.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on
Because the card said she was saved. That's what the card said.
The card does say that. But, she's saved, but she was defeated.
Yes.
And defeated has a definition.
So she can't be part of this game, but she could be healed up by the next one.
Thematically, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Or at least let's talk about it. Or think about it.
We'll discuss this.
Yeah. All right.
Thematically, we also have to talk about what happens when the world blows up. So that's...
Yeah, well, yeah, we do have that problem too. All right, so that was Luke. And we're just gonna get rid of a couple things over here. So, Calvin, where is Calvin?
Calvin is fighting a pretty tough monster here.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and flip that over?
Okay. So, it's a roll of sanity -1 and a horror check of 3. So I need to roll sanity -1 and get 3 successes. Fortunately, sanity is not something I'm weak on right now. I may add 1 die when resolving sanity checks during combat encounter. I gain +1 to sanity during combat encounters.
And by sanity, you mean will.
Yeah, will. Sorry.
It's okay.
Fine. They have the same bloody icon. Well, they have similar icons. So I get 2 extra dice, and I may re-roll a die when resolving a will check. So my current will is 2, and then I get 2 extra dice.
Isn't it 3? Because you start at 1 plus 2.
Oh, +2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's if you want to, do math.
But it is -1.
Yeah, it is -1. So 4 dice. With the option of re-rolling 1 die. All right, let's see.
Wow.
Well, that just blows.
All right. So hold on 1 second. Because you do have a trinket. The gruesome talisman. Right, so you can add 1 to the result of a die. So
that
you've got
would
to
make this 4 or 5.
Yeah. So you can even hover over it upside down and type 5 on it, I think.
Okay.
And now it's a
Oh,
5.
that's neat.
Yeah, so
Okay.
don't use that to cheat. So you got 1 success out of the 3 that you need.
Yep, and I also have a Tome of Horrors, which reduces the horror of a monster you encounter by 1.
Okay, so that reduces that 3 to a 2. So at the moment, you're only taking 1 mental hit.
Yeah. Now, I do have the Moxie, and I could re-roll it, but then I have to flip the card, and I don't know what's on the other side of this card.
Well, at the moment, you're only losing 1 sanity.
Yeah.
So Moxie only works if you lose 2 or more.
Oh, 2 or more. Okay, so Moxie doesn't even work.
Right, but you can still re-roll a die.
I can re-roll a die. Yeah. Oh, okay. If you would lose 2 or more sanity, I can prevent 1 sanity. Okay, so I can still re-roll. Okay. I can... Man, I am not doing math or, word things well.
It's been a long day.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Nope.
Oh, looked so close.
It looked very close, but that's it. So I take 1
Yeah, that's
hit. Okay. Now, combat encounter. I have a strength of 3. I gain a +2. And it says it has damage resistance equal to the gates on the board that corresponds to the omen track, which I believe none of these do.
All right, so hold on. So it has damage resistance or physical resistance, which means that you can only gain bonuses from weapons that have magical as a keyword.
Yep, the Spirit Dagger is magical.
So the damage that it does is equal to the number of gates on the game board corresponding. So it's going to do 0 damage to you.
Yes.
And it still takes 3 damage, and there's already 2 there. So I think you're looking good.
Okay, so I get 2 plus 3, that's 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have a focus, so...
Yeah, so you
Come
just
on,
need 1.
dice.
Just need 1. There it is.
Just 1, barely. All right, fine. Fine, I'll take it.
All right, so it already had 2 damage on it. That brings it to 3, which is the number in the top right. Mm-hmm. So we defeat the servitor. You defeat the servitor of the outer gods, and he's going to go back in the bag.
That's good. And then I'm going to, instead of closing the gate, I'm going to try to get a spell.
All right. So instead of closing the gate, you're going to do a Arkham encounter. One of the stained glass windows in the South Church features an angel reading strange runes from a scroll. The runes look familiar to you. Test lore.
Alright. I got nothing that helps lore, but give it a shot.
Yeah, we're starting at a 3. That's not bad. There you go. If you pass, gain 1 incantation spell.
Nice. Okay. Now here comes the hardest part of the game, using this stupid thing.
Well, so for things like spells, it's easier just to hover over it and hit R to shuffle until you find one that says incantation. It can't be the top one because of the way the physical game works instead.
Glamour.
There you
incantation, go. Healing word.
Don't get too attached to it.
Nope. I'm getting rid of it next round if I live. Yep.
You're doing fine.
Well, yeah, I know we're doing fine, but this game, you know how this game works. You're like doing fine, and the game says, "Oh, by the way, someone dies. I don't care."
All right. So moving on to Lola, she's right next door at the pyramids having a research encounter.
Okay. So let me zoom out, not zoom in. And research encounter is green. And she's in the city?
She's in the wilderness.
Wilderness.
Because as we now know, in the 20s, the pyramids were not near
yes,
Cairo
that's true.
at all.
You attempt to track the dark practitioners through the woods at dusk. Well, I still want to know how woods got into Egypt. But, but fine. If you pass, you are able to keep pace with him and learn his destination. Gain this clue. If you.
Oof. All right. So I have to test my observation, which is a 3. All right. Your digital dice were doing okay, so I'm going to borrow a couple of them.
Okay.
I've got a couple focuses as well. This, yeah.
I love
I'm
how
okay
we have
with this.
superstitions for
Hey!
Nice.
Yay!
You gained the clue. Nothing else, though.
All right. That's enough. All right. So on the other hand, Lola now has 3 clues, and is 3 steps away from where she needs to be to do that thing. So maybe never mind. Maybe never mind. All right. I think that brings us to Tony.
Tony's gonna find an occultist.
All right. So, the cultist stats are over here on Syzygy. So you get will +1, and their horror is only a 1.
Okay.
Because there's 1 Eldritch token on the red space.
Okay. So, will +1, that's 3.
All right.
Make it.
Excellent. So now, I zoomed onto the wrong thing. All right, so now they do 1 damage to you, and you need 2 damage to defeat it.
Okay. Okay. And I'm testing just strength, right?
Yep. No modifier.
Okay. We'll see.
Need 2 successes.
Ugh.
All right. So you take no damage. You do 1 damage to him.
And that's that, right?
That's that.
Should have focused.
Yeah. It helps
Should have focused.
We should have spent a little more time going over the stuff that we had, perhaps. All right. So that's everyone's encounter phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go on to the mythos.
Are you waiting for me to do it?
No, I was pushing buttons.
Okay.
All right. Mythos. We advanced the Omen track. There are, I think, no green gates on the board. So we don't lose any doom. Then we have reckoning effects. So, starting with monsters, there's almost no monsters on the board. The Great Old One doesn't have one. So we go to Mythos cards on the board. What do we want to get rid of from the thing. I think the Holy Cross we already have a bunch of.
Yeah, it's useful, but guess we can get rid of it.
And then the annoying one is Secrets of the Past. So we're going to get rid of the Himalayas from this deck. And while I'm doing that, what's on your mind today, Eric?
What's on my mind? God, nothing. Wow, you're putting me on the spot because I don't have anything prepared. Well, I did have something prepared, but it was just complaining.
I did want to make space for that because complaining is important.
Yeah, well, it's the nerdy tradition, of complaining. So,
have you ever watched Actually?
I love Actually.
I backed the Kickstarter for the Actually home game.
They're making a home game? That's great.
Yes, I find it hard to believe I'll have the right group of geeks to play it with. But when I do...
Actually... I mean, it is just Jeopardy, but it's got this nerdy pastiche to it. It's instead of stating as a question, you have to interrupt with, actually... which is exactly how nerdy games should be.
All right. So
where did that expedition go to?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me...
Yeah.
I'm pushing buttons again. Where am I?
My favorite part of Actually is where they go through the comment section and point out all the people who have corrected their answers on the show. So every episode, someone will find a problem with what they said was the correct solution, and that is, are you kidding me? Antarctica?
Yeah, that wasn't good.
That's no.
That's a problem.
That very much is a problem. Okay.
All right. So, yeah. So I think we're reaching the point where we need to get rid of that rumor because it's gonna become a problem.
Yeah.
All right. So then the part that I always forget is our individuals. So, Luke has nothing because he just started out. Calvin
has his corruption. And if we flip the I add an Eldritch token to the corruption, giving me 2. And we flip the card. And it's I have to discard 1 ally asset. Now, fortunately, I have no allies.
All right.
However, next time this thing flips, someone who is not Calvin gets a Bane condition.
All right. Well, we'll get rid of that corruption before then. How about that? For a plan?
That seems like a good plan.
Yeah, let's do that.
Plan. Yeah. So let's see. Nothing else on Calvin.
All right. So zipping over, Lola's got nothing.
Okay. Tony may have a few. So Tony loses 1 sanity for madness. When test will, and if you fail, flip this card. His will is a 2. So let's see if we can not flip that card.
Wait, which card? Okay.
Yeah,
hey,
I pass.
There you go.
Madness doesn't pop.
So terror. So you didn't. I want to point out. Hold on. It's not just madness. You didn't succumb to despair. Well, you kind of did a little bit. You didn't succumb to your terror.
Yep.
So now
I'm also wanted.
You're wanted.
So,
isn't that nice to be wanted?
Yes.
Somebody wants Tony. That's okay.
I disagree, but sure.
Did he move this turn?
He did not.
He did not? He didn't move to fight a monster?
He did move.
Did he roll the die when he moved?
Yes, he did, and it did not. No, we didn't. We did not roll that die. So let's roll that die before we try this.
That's what I thought.
And that was a waste of time.
It's not a waste of time. It just didn't work out.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to test observation.
There you go.
Okay, I passed. So they didn't catch me yet.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
All right. Then.
Where are we? What's going on?
Luke gets a good deal.
Luke gets a good deal? Let's see. If this vision is true, you have confronted the Dark Pharaoh many times over the course of many lives. That sounds something like Luke would do. Each incarnation has been preparing you for this final battle. Vision of past lives. Event. The lead investigator tests will, then he improves a number of skills equal to his test result. Oh, why couldn't Lily have gotten that? That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome for Lily.
All right, but oh, okay. Okay, a will of 4.
Yeah.
That's
See how that works out. Hopefully.
Yeah, let's see if I can get my trackball to actually help me out here. There we go. All right. Come on, something good.
What's going on there? Do we count those two?
Sadly, in digital world, we do.
Okay, so...
All right, so I got 1 success.
1 success. Well,
which on 4 dice is okay.
Is your focus or no?
Ooh. Is it worth it to spend a focus on a 1 out of 3? Yeah. That's a good suggestion. We're gonna re-roll this die. Not the one that landed on it. Bastard.
Nope.
Not gonna spend the clue though. Alright, and we're gonna play it safe and improve observation.
Okay.
So again, I think one of the reasons I don't play Luke more often over the years is because he has a 1 in something.
Yep. Those once hurt.
Yeah. But we're going to see a lot of characters with 1 as the characters with more than 1s or without 1s get whittled down through the course of this campaign.
That is true.
All right. So that ends the turn, right?
Ends the turn.
Who's going to be lead investigator next?
Nothing timing wise is going to happen here.
Right.
I mean, yeah, no, I think.
Do you want one of my characters to take it in case there's a bad thing happens to a lead investigator?
Well, sometimes good things happen to lead investigators.
That's true.
So
as
it
it
matter.
Just did.
You want to just go around the line? Calvin's the lead investigator. Right. We'll share the love.
All right. So that brings it to Calvin's action phase.
Okay, Calvin will. Okay. Let's see. How do we want to do this? I
wanna peek at your tasks so bad.
Yeah. Calvin will perform his special power to give Lola is the. Oh, geez. I can't decide if I want to give Lola a health or Tony a sanity.
I think Tony needs it more than Lola does.
Unfortunately, my sanity is kind of low too, so.
Well, could rest.
Yeah, well, I am going to rest, but my special action allows me to do one extra thing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's nice.
Hold on. I now you should talk because I got to figure out what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, and it's hard to do. It's hard to do.
Yeah. See. Okay. See, I was gonna say I'd shop, but none of the shop items give me anything I don't already have.
Right.
King James Bible would make me gain an additional sanity during rest, which would be nice. You know what?
Do you have?
If I have only 2 clues, and
So,
I need a clue to do the. I need at least 1 clue to do the mystery.
Yeah, but you don't have a spell. Oh, you do have a spell now.
I do have a spell, so that's that one of these clues is taken.
Okay.
So yeah, and
all right.
Okay. So I'm going to rest. That will improve both of these.
Yep.
I will perform my action to give Tony a sanity.
There you
Hopefully
go.
that isn't a mistake.
Yeah.
Something will either hit us for health or sanity, and then I am going to focus to gain another focus.
All right.
Okay, and that's the end of that.
All right. So I think I knew. So Tony doesn't have the stuff to take care.
Oh, wait, I have to do one thing.
Okay.
When you rest, roll observation to delve deeper. And so, yes. And so I put another Eldritch token on that card that may or may not do something useful.
Do you want to flip it and find out?
No, I want to get at least 3.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
So is Tony? Tony doesn't have the stuff to really worry about the gate that he's on, right? Oh, there's a monster there.
There's a monster there.
Oh.
But Tony is going to move off of that gate. He's done 1 damage to the monster.
Okay.
So it takes only 1 hit to do it. But Tony was going to move off that gate to get the clue and maybe get rid of his mortal condition.
All right. So Drat. So my original plan was Lola was going to use a special to try to get a spell and then go take care of that gate.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Oh, she's got a lot. She's got a couple focuses. It's just a cultist, right?
Do you want Tony to stick there to take care of... Well, Tony doesn't go first.
Right, Tony doesn't go first. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is...
If you acquire assets, you could get the magic talisman that gives you +2 during combat.
Yeah, but then I still don't have the spell. So the first thing she's going to do is use the Ancient Tome, which has an action. You study the words of the long dead language, test lore. If you pass, you can spend 1 sanity to gain a clue, spell, or a task.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with that and see how it goes. My lore is a 3. Gonna get my own dice. 2, 3. All right. Going to spend 1 focus to reroll one of them. All right. So now we're cranky. And what do we do when we're cranky?
I don't know.
We make bad choices.
I thought that's just what we did. I didn't know there was an emotional component to that. I thought we made bad choices. That I didn't realize. Then I am cranky all the time.
Well, you are.
That's good to know.
All right. So we're going to acquire assets.
Okay.
I get 5 dice. My ally, who gave me more, stabbed me in the back. But I get to roll an additional die because I forgot about that. I should have done that. Or do I wait? I'm just sitting here. I'm just stuck in the freaking pyramids. All right. So 2 successes. We're going to take the vampiric talisman. And then, after an investigator performs the acquire asset actions, he can spend clues equal to the number of Eldritch tokens on this card to solve this rumor. So, since I have 3 clues, and I'm nowhere near that other one, we're going to get rid of this one.
Okay.
So there's at least one thing not on the board anymore. So these are all going to come off. This card is resolved. And all of these restock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought they stayed blocked.
Nope.
Oh. Oh, that's neat.
Or I'm going to interpret it this way. And if I'm wrong, somebody has evidence of that, I guess, because we're recording this. All right, so that was not the turn I wanted. It's the turn I had. So Lola is done. Tony, what are you going to do?
Either I go for the clue and try to get rid of my wanted, or I just hang out and take out the cultist.
I feel like Lola, now that she has that talisman, she can take out the cultist next turn.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the clue. So Tony will go down here going for the clue, and then he will focus. It would be nice. Hold on.
Nope, you don't have that yet.
Yeah. When you have only... Okay. I wanted to see, because we lost the character.
Oh.
Okay, so Tony's going to do that focus, and now we will roll again for his wanted condition. Yes. Do you mind if I flip this just to see what would have happened?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see. Huh. Okay, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
I always see. Occasionally, usually these cards are just kind of nothing.
Sometimes they're awful.
And then every now and then they will just murder you. It's like...
All right, that was Tony's 2?
That is Tony's 2.
All right, so that brings us to Luke. Now, Luke is going to have a good turn.
Good.
First thing he's going to do is similar to Lola, but he's going to read the Necronomicon. He's going to test lore. If you pass, he can spend a sanity to gain 2 spells.
Nice.
So his lore is a 4. So we're going to borrow those. We're going to highlight all of those. We're going to roll them up. Oh my stinking god, are you kidding me? Doesn't have any focus. Alright. But he does have a spell. It's a bad spell to give up, but we gotta get going. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna go to the Himalayas. And that's all of us?
That is all of us.
Alright, so let's bring it to the encounter phase, starting with Calvin.
Calvin is having an otherworldly encounter
In Arkham.
to close a gate.
There we go. And he ends up in the Dreamlands. You are strictly admonished that in the city of Ulthar no man may kill a cat. As a result, you see the city is filled with cats. If you know the language, you can communicate with these highly intelligent creatures. Test lore.
Test lore. Okay. Does I have anything that improves my lore? Nope. Not that I can see. Alright, test lore. Why are you not doing things? Okay. That's weird. I seem to have an issue here. Okay.
Try right-clicking or...
What the...
You highlighted them all?
No, there was just a delay. That was lag. All right, so let's take a look. I'm going to test lore, and that is 3 dice. I pass.
You passed!
Good. Yep.
All right. The cats are pleased to chat and share useful secrets. Gain 2 clues.
Nice.
There you go. When the topic of food is brought up, dozens of cats take an interest. A crowd of hungry felines surround you. Become delayed unless you spend 1 health. If you spend the health, you feed the cats, your rations go hungry, yourself close this gate.
I'll definitely feed the cats. And when closing the gate, I will spend 1 spell and 1 clue for the current mystery. Is that a mystery? What is that called?
That is a mystery.
Okay.
So, after you close a gate during an otherworld encounter or a Mystic Ruins encounter, you may spend 1 clue and discard 1 spell to place a clue on this card. Alright! Progress! We made progress!
Yep.
Congratulations!
Yep. That feels good.
So, Lola is just stuck in the wilderness. That's going to be one of the generic black cards here.
Oh, I have to do things now. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just sitting here. Oh, okay. Well, I'm interested to see how that turns out.
Nope. One of these.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
I can't make it Bing.
Generic card. Flip. And Trees in the Wilderness. You scrape away years of moss and lichen from the stone altar, uncovering a series of prehistoric symbols. You think you can interpret the carving. Test lore. Definitely be nice to pass this one.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, her lore is okay with 3 dice.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Does not need that.
And that she already has lore on her card. Okay.
Okay, gain 1 spell and 1 clue.
1 spell and 1 clue?
Or one clue.
Yeah.
I would go for the spell.
I think I'm going to go for the spell. So we're going to shuffle this. And we got us the Mists of Riley. All right. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. So that's Lola.
Mm-hmm.
Tony.
Tony will have a research encounter.
And he is in the wilderness. You find a fallen standing stone at a dig site in the mountains and attempt to right it. Test strength -1.
Strength -1. Okay, so that's 2 dice. Is it 2 dice? Yep, 2 dice. I'll spend a focus to reroll 1. Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would have gotten at this clue and 1 additional clue. Yeah. If you fail, you collapse under the strain. Gain a back injury condition.
Sure, why not?
Here you go. There's one right here for you.
Thanks a lot. You're always there for me.
I do what I can.
Poor Tony, this guy.
All right. So that was poor Tony. Luke is having an otherworld encounter.
Luke is having an otherworldly encounter. Well, let's see what Luke's otherworldly encounter is. Would Luke like the whole deck? Probably not. Some of this is... Okay. On the other side of the portal, you find an empty city with enormous primitive buildings made of green stone. As the city begins to shake and flood, you realize where you are and try to manipulate the portal to escape. Test lore.
All right. So my lore is a 4. I pass!
You escape Ryleth and seal the doorway. Close this gate. Afterwards, you suffer from dreams of the city. Test will.
All right. So we close the gate. I'm going to put that here to remember that. And now I have to test will. My will is also a 4. I don't have any benefits. I pass!
If you pass, these visions reveal hidden secrets. Gain 1 clue.
Nice. That's handy because I'm going to spend a clue and discard Plumb the Void. To put that clue on the mystery. And you see, we're half of the way there.
We are half of the way there.
Presto. All right. Was that everyone?
That is everyone.
Okay. So that's the Mythos phase.
All right. Let's take a look at our Reckoning phase. Okay. Advance the Omen Tracker.
Okay, so we advance to the blue, and we have no blue gates. We've only had red gates.
Yep.
So this has to go in here. All right.
Monster Surge.
So there are no blue gates for monsters to surge out of. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't put that in the wrong place. So I'm going to shuffle there. And it comes back as London anyways. So there's a gate in London. And I think that's okay. Because we have folks in the area. Oh, it's just another cultist.
Okay. Does anyone have any spells left?
No, but both my characters have the chance to get spells.
Okay.
So then...
Calvin's got a ton of clues, but...
Okay, and then we spawn 2 clues, speaking of. One in San Francisco. And one in Arkham.
Okay.
I want to just check something real quick. Okay. All right.
Okay. Then, okay. Your food is being poisoned. Your correspondence are being intercepted. Your transportation is being sabotaged. The constant attacks at real and imagined are taking a terrible toll on you. Against all odds, ongoing. When this card enters play, each investigator loses 2 health unless he spends a focus. Then each investigator loses 2 sanity unless he spends a clue.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Okay.
All right.
Loses 2 health unless he spends a focus. Tony has no focus, so he loses 2. Calvin has a focus, so he will spend that focus.
Yep. Lola will spend a focus. Luke doesn't have a focus, so he will lose 2.
Okay. Now, spend a clue or lose
2
a sanity.
2 sanity.
2 sanity.
Right?
Calvin will spend his clue to avoid losing 2 sanity. Luke has no clue.
Lola will lose 2 sanity.
This hurts.
And Luke will lose 2 sanity.
Okay.
Luke will lock down his things and then lose 2 sanity. All right.
Now, this is ongoing, so there's a little thing at the bottom. It has a little lightning bolt symbol.
A reckoning symbol, yeah.
So that means on a reckoning.
Mm-hmm.
On a reckoning, each investigator may spend 1 focus and 1 clue to gain a task unique asset and discard one of them. Then discard this card.
All right. Maybe we'll want to do that.
Maybe. So I need to place this on the board somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'd put it on the compass rose.
Stop it.
Move quick. There you go. All right.
All right. So Lola's going to be lead investigator?
Sure. Pass it over. So, does this mean Lola has to rest? Yeah, surely she can survive. Oh, wait, she has a spell now. She doesn't need to... Okay. So, Lola is going to rest. And then she's going to move to... what is that? Rome. And that's all I have for Lola. Tony. I will say I think it's okay if Tony needs to continue to try to rest to get rid of shit.
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's a bunch of things that happen on rest. Now, I can only impair a skill by 2, right?
That is correct.
So, I'll start impairing observation, which sucks, but nothing I can do about that. Tony will focus. And then Tony will rest. going down the line. I at least get 1 health. Then, start with madness. When you perform a rest action, you cannot recover sanity. Flip this card. So we flip this card. So we've read this before. Blah, blah, blah. Test will -1. If you pass, discard this card. If you fail, bad things happen.
Hey!
Finally, go to hell, you stupid card. Freaking pain in the ass.
All right.
All right.
Terror?
Terror. Test sanity. If you fail, flip this card. No. Roll a die.
It's a 3.
3. Do I want to spend the focus to re-roll that?
You can't because it's not a task.
Oh, okay. Back entry. Roll 1 die. On a 5 or 6, discard this card. Okay, so... Nope. Well, 1's gone.
Okay.
And that's it for Tony.
That's it for Tony. So that brings us to Luke. All right. So Luke is going to rest. What's Calvin thinking of doing?
Resting and then acquiring assets.
Okay. So, so I rested, and then I'm debating. My original thought was to rest and then to move. But I could also try the Necronomicon in the next turn, teleport. But you know what? It's not. There's no. Okay. I'm going to move to where this clue is. Or do I move to Shanghai? I move to here. I'm going to move down to this clue. All right. And then Calvin.
Can you remind me what the little boxes do?
When you rest... Oh, that's something we should remember. When we rest, you can gain an extra sanity or health by spending it. Or when you recover... or when you acquire assets, you can spend it to gain an additional success.
Okay. Both of those are useful.
Yeah.
Both of those are very useful given how beat up we are. I'm going to start with an acquire assets action. Two successes. Now, that is the one I wanted because the King James Bible will give me an extra sanity when I perform a rest. So that will be helpful. So I'm going to get the King James Bible. Now, the question is, there are also some nice things in there. Can you do 2 acquire assets actions in a turn?
No, you can never take the same action. Okay. Hello, Natalie. Thanks for coming.
Oh, Natalie's here. Hi, Natalie.
Tony did not die. He has not died.
Tony is the poor suffering guy.
He is a little beat up at the moment. He's got a back injury. He suffering from terrors, and his sanity is pretty low. So we're a little worried about Tony, but he hasn't died yet.
So
Lola's doing fine.
He's doing okay. So, I've got the King James Bible. I am now going to use my special action. Now, here's the question. Do I give Tony 2 sanity to get him up to 4?
Yes. But complete the question.
And then do I use some of those boxes to further increase Calvin's sanity, which is also only at 4?
Oh. Okay. So you're gonna pump Tony up a little bit with Calvin's special, and then rest. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Especially since you bought something you wanted, right?
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to do 2, and then I'm going to spend 1 box. I hope I don't regret this in the future.
And while you're thinking about that, also hello to Herr Widener. Thanks for joining us. Have you ever played this game? Are you familiar with it?
Okay.
All right.
So, and then when I perform a rest action, you may delve deeper. Test observation. My observation is a 3.
Well,
so this is a special card I have down here, a task unique asset. Usually 3s are good, right?
I would think that 3 would be enough to flip it, but well, if you guys have any questions about it as we go along, please feel free to shout out.
Well, it doesn't matter. I completely failed. I'm going to spend a focus.
Ooh.
So the focus lets me re-roll 1 thing.
1 die?
I only have 1 focus. No, it's not worth it.
All right.
No. I'm saving that because I want to pass the test later on.
Right.
Because I want to get a stupid spell so we end this current mystery, because we have 3 more to go to, and this game has been beating the ever-loving something out of it. I don't know if we're PG or not.
I did set us up saying that children shouldn't be watching this.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so
because they don't want to see grown men cry, right?
Oh, I think we need to normalize crying among adult men. So, but yeah. All right, is Calvin done?
Involves cursing, so I can see that.
Does that bring us to the encounter phase?
Yep.
All right. So again, where are we starting? We're starting with Lola. Lola actually has a fight against a baddie. And the baddie is a cultist, and it's over here. So will +1. There's still only 1 Eldritch token on the red space. So the horror check is only a 1. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to get me some improvements that I need. So my will is 3 +1. I'm going to borrow a die here. Horror check. Horror.
I don't know. Depends on
horror.
How you feel about sex. It could be both.
Oh, that's a story from my life. Okay, so I got 3 successes. That reduces the horror rating to 0, so that's all good. And so now the cultist is going to...
The cultist is just not your type.
Yeah, the cultist is not my type. Blew it off. No big deal. So now the fight check. So it does... He's going to do 1 damage to me. I need to do 2 damage to them to defeat them, but there's already 1 damage on it over here. So this is going to be... This is no problem. This is no problem at all. Oh, wait. I just made a will check.
Yes, you did.
I get to take 1 of these. Oh, am I going to level up? I guess I just have to...
Yeah, you have that special prelude card that says if you do succeed a check in all 3 skills, you level up. And you get something nice.
So, my strength is a 2. The vampiric talisman gives me a +2. Alright, so that's all I get for that. Oh, I need to remember this. Once per round. Do I want to eat? No, I'll save this. I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah, that's a hard thing about this game. You get too much stuff to remember.
Yeah. Alright, so that's 4 dice. And I just need 1 success. You know what? I'm going to use my once per round. So once per round, an investigator on your space may roll 1 additional die when resolving a test. Oh, or do I save it? I save it. I save it. Okay, here we go. Oh, come on. But, so I had my vampiric talisman, but I also have a Derringer. You may add 1 to the result of 1 die when you resolve a strength text during a combat encounter. So over here, I've got a 4.
Got a bunch of 4s there.
I'm going to add 1 to it, and it becomes a 5. So that's 1 success.
Congratulations.
So the cultist would hit me for 1 damage. The 1 success reduces that to 0. And then I do 1 damage to it. It has a toughness of 2. It already had 1 damage here. So I defeat a cultist.
Yeah, well, Tony loosened it for you.
Yes. Yes, he did. And as you can see, there's no way I could have survived without him.
Exactly.
All right. So now let's take a look. Make sure I do have a clue. I do have a spell. So let's have an otherworldly adventure encounter.
Okay.
I'm going to go through the gate in Rome.
I've been just riding along here watching you do stuff. Now I actually get something to do. Read cards poorly. What I do best. The castle of the Ancient One seems abandoned, save for one lone...
Go for it.
Shantok?
Good enough for me.
Resting in the center of an onyx courtyard. An insidious whisper urges you to move to the bizarre steed, to fly to some unknown cosmic destination. Will -1.
Will -1. All right, so Lola's will. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Before we get there, I passed a strength check.
Yes, you did.
That means...
Does that immediately happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this is your prelude
first
card.
time you pass a test for each skill, place a matching improvement token on this card. Then, if an improvement token for each skill is on this card, discard this card and gain method acting reward. When you gain this card, improve 2 skills of your choice. Ooh. After you perform an action ability, you may perform 1 additional action. Oh, okay. So, fortunately, and I hope everyone believes me, I've forgotten even what that test is. So I'm going to improve strength. And then I'm going to improve lore. All right. Now, what skill am I testing?
You just made it -2, didn't you?
Sorry?
Oh, no, you made it +2. Never mind. You were testing the one thing you didn't improve, will. So I believe you that you weren't paying attention.
Okay. All right, so I pass.
You pass. The amount. What the heck is that Shantak? I don't know.
Oh, wait.
Shantak, but do not heed the vote.
Hold on. We're going to back up one more second because I have mastering the art.
Okay.
Once per round, when you improve a skill, place 1 Eldritch token on this card, then you may flip this card.
Okay.
And so I'm going to put 1 on it, even though I improved 2. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Shanktok is getting impatient.
I know.
But you mount the impatient Shanktok, but do not heed the voices in your head. Instead, you return safely to Earth. Close this gate. Once you're home, you recite the ward to silence the whispering voices. Test lore.
All right. So my lore...
Oh, please pass this.
...is now a 4.
Pass this, man. You will not be happy if you fail.
Well, now if I fail, it's your fault.
Yeah, sure.
But I pass.
Oh, okay. If you... Okay. There is no things for passing. It would have just, if you failed, you would have lost the sanity and had to discard 1 spell.
All right. And the reason this is important is because at the moment, our goal is to close these gates or have a ruin something encounter. So I close this gate, that puts it in this purple bin here. And then I can discard a spell and spend a clue, which means putting it on this card over here. And once we have 3 of these clue tokens here, we will have solved our first mystery of the game.
Yep.
So we're doing well. We're doing well. We've got
spells are the things that are killing us. Those are so hard to get.
Yeah. All right. So that was Lola's very long encounter phase.
Yep. Tony's quick. He's just having a research encounter.
All right. What do we say? Is he in the wilderness?
He is, I don't know. I think he's in the city. Nope. He's in the wilderness.
At a ruined temple in the hills, you attempt to communicate with the spirits of the people who once lived here. Test influence -1.
Test influence -1, so that's just 1 die. I'm going to spend a focus to re-roll that.
All right. Oof.
And I fail.
All right. Well, if you pass, you would have improved lore and will. If you fail, they perceive you as a threat and expel you magically from their temple. Move to a random space.
Okay, that's where you grab a clue and go to where that clue says, correct?
Yeah, so I don't know if this is good news, but at least that clue doesn't go away.
Yep.
Yep, so draw 1 from the bag.
Clue out of the bag.
Yes.
And flip it.
Yep.
And this is London. Well, that's not far at all.
And so put it back in the green bag.
Okay.
And off to London with you.
Okay. That spell was weak. Weak ass spell.
All right. I guess Luke is next. So Luke is going to have a research encounter in a city.
Okay, research encounter in the city. All right, let's take a look at this. Research encounter. Okay. Research encounter in a city. The museum custodian offers to let you keep one of the objects if you can tell him where it came from. Lore -1.
Lore -1. No problem. That's 3 dice.
Okay.
Okay, small problem. And I get... Do I want to spend a reroll?
You would, yes.
All right. So I'm going to use my Lucky Rabbit's Foot that I stole from Lily Chen to reroll one die.
Go. Nothing like stolen Lucky Rabbit's Foot.
And I pass!
Yep, stolen trinkets are the best. Okay, if you pass, you know it to be a Polynesian make. Gain this clue and one relic unique asset.
Ooh. Alright, so here's this clue. And then I'm going to go to this nifty thing here. I'm going to name it Relic. And it was a Relic unique asset, you said?
Yep, unique asset.
Those are this pile here.
Yep. So, use your special dice. I am worried this turn I'm going to curse someone.
And I've got Lost Treasure. You may discard this card to add 3 successes to your test result during an Acquire Assets action. Perform a rest action. You may examine the intricate markings. Observation -1. If you pass, flip this card.
Maybe a spell.
Maybe a spell. All right.
All right.
So that was Luke. Calvin.
He is in Arkham trying to get another spell.
Okay. Does he have clues?
He has clues, yes.
Okay.
Oh, because the clue spawned there too.
Right.
Yeah.
The lurker at the threshold shares arcane secrets. Gain 1 incantation spell.
Nice. Okay. Spells. So we're going to just shuffle until we get a new incantation.
Mm-hmm.
That was flipping. Ritual, glamour, incantation. Is that the same one?
It was. Yeah.
I don't even care because I just burn these as fast as I get them.
All right.
Never get a chance to use them.
You bargain with the entity. Test influence -1.
Influence -1. Okay, so that's a 2. Pass.
You pass.
Yes.
I didn't mean to sound incredulous. I was excited for you. I wasn't doubting you.
Yep. Okay.
If you pass, it grants you a gift. Gain 1 random magical asset from the deck. Otherwise, you would have gotten a corruption. So that's...
I already got a corruption.
Right. So that's this one here.
Mm-hmm. And I right-click on this to make it say magic?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Where are you? Just magic, not magical.
Try magical. Try mag. I don't know. I think magic should cover it.
Yeah, that works. It works.
Okay.
Okay, so flip it. I got the Grizzly Totem. Gain +1 strength and +1 will. Once per round, you may roll a die when resolving a test. That's not bad.
And those are +1s to strength and will, not in combat. I mean, It's in combat too, but...
It's just generally. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else?
Nope.
All right. So that brings us back to a mythos phase.
Okay.
And Lola was the lead investigator, so I will flip this card. All right. Burden of Greed. So we move this to here. Another Eldritch token comes out, making cultists tougher. And then, how many red gates do we have? We closed them. What? Is that true? We closed all the red gates. We don't take any doom.
We close the red gates, yes.
All right. So, reckonings. There are no monsters with reckoning effects. The Great Old One doesn't have a reckoning effect. There's only one. Okay, so there are 2 Mythos cards that have a reckoning effect. The Secrets of the Past. So we lose all of Antarctica.
Okay.
And do you want to start doing your unpleasant stuff while I...
No.
No?
Not at all. No. Well, first of all, someone gets cursed. That's what happens.
Someone gets cursed or a bane?
A bane.
Because that's not the same thing.
Shall we just put it? Should we just
So
put it
read
on Tony
read
just for
off
fun of it?
read off the text again of his thing.
Yep. Okay. I may gain a dark pack to discard all of your Eldritch tokens. So I could just choose to get a dark pack.
Right.
Another investigator gains 1 bane condition. So do I get the dark pack and not bane someone?
I'm going to say that's completely up to you. I will respect your choice, however wrong it is.
I mean, thematically, it makes sense just to give Tony a bane condition. He's been getting every condition. But how hard is it to get rid of dark packs?
My inclination is hard. All right, so the expedition marker has moved to Arkham, where Calvin is.
Okay.
I don't know if that...
That just means that's a pain in the ass. Well, yeah, okay. What to do first.
All right, so also while you're thinking about that, we also have against all odds. Each investigator may spend 1 focus and 1 clue to gain 2 task unique assets and discard 1 of them, then discard this card. Neither of my characters are doing that.
No, I don't need that.
All right.
I don't have any focuses to spend. I mean, Calvin does, but no.
All right.
I am going to gain a dark pack to get rid of all these Eldritch tokens. Because that at least gives us 3 rounds. Before I have to make that decision again. Because I don't have any allies. So where are the dark packs?
The dark packs are in the deal.
I see it right here. Dark pack, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I shuffle this until I get a dark pack, right?
Right.
Debt, funding, dark pack. Yeah, okay, so that, I don't want to take the whole deck. Okay, so I gained a dark pack. So that could be bad later. But
And that doesn't get rid of the corruption.
nope.
Okay.
It just delays it.
All right. So that's all of Calvin's reckoning effects.
Yep.
Lola doesn't have any. Tony.
Tony. All right, let's do this. Okay, first roll a die. Nope. Next. Test strength. He has a strength of 3. Poor beleaguered Tony. He passes. So that's it for him. Okay.
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 I actually... all right. And Luke doesn't have anything. All right. So that's the end of the
discard
mythos.
this against all odds, or does that stay there?
Oh yeah, where is that? Where is that? Yeah, no, it got discarded.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So normally I like to do this a little more smoothly, but it's what, like it's almost 10 now. Do we want to keep going, or is this where we're going to call it for the night?
I think we can call it from the night. There is a possibility next turn we could end the first mystery, but we have no guarantees on that.
Yeah.
Calvin has a spell and has the clues, so.
Yeah, and Luke is in a position to solve them too. So of course we're running low on. Where's the Mystic Ruins?
It's in Arkham.
No, the Mystic Ruins is this one down here in Australia. So there's no easy way to get there. All right. Well, you know, I have to say I am feeling like pumped and recharged. And so that's why I was even asking, because, you know, I could do more. I could do more. I think we're in a good shape. There's only one.
All right. Well, do you want to do one more round and see if we can?
That's up to you, because I think you fade earlier than I do.
I can do one more round.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. So who's our new lead investigator?
We'll make Tony.
All right, we'll crank through this. I'll push the Tony button. All right, let's do this.
Tony, I think Tony's going to stay where he is.
Okay.
I think Tony's going to focus. And then he's going to... the only other thing he can do is acquire assets, right?
He could acquire assets. He could also gain a resource, which, if he ever gets rid of his conditions, could let him heal more. So maybe that's not a priority. He could also get a ticket if he only has one, and so that he could go farther some next turn.
Okay, so you can just gain a resource? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, geez, I would have been chewing on those whole game.
Well, you can only ever have two, just like the focuses.
I got Calvin. He would be doing he would gain a resource. His whole turn would gain a resource, rest, and use his power. So that would be all he would do. But it is what it is. So I'll gain a resource. He's not going to be going far, as far as I know right now. And that's it for Tony.
All right.
Let's go to Luke.
So Luke. All right. So I need to take a quick look. So he still doesn't have a spell. Is it worth... Yeah, it's worth getting a spell just to back you up. You know what? Okay, I have a plan. So Luke is going to try yet again to use the Necronomicon. He's going to roll 4 dice. He succeeds. So now he can spend 1 sanity to gain 2 spells. A binding and a storm of spirits. All right. Then, because Tony is going first, Luke is going to use his special ability, his special action. Move to a space containing a gate. Oh, that corresponds to the current omen. Crap. That became a lot less useful. So instead...
Calvin's going to go there. Calvin has the spell and the clues. So.
Yeah, no, I was going to come there as a backup so that if somehow it didn't work.
Oh. I see.
But that's not going to happen.
That would be cool.
So his second action will be to go to Shanghai. Okay, speaking of Calvin. What is Mr. Calvin going to do?
Okay, Calvin is going to rest. That gives him 2 sanity, which he's going to funnel right over to Tony.
Okay.
Or he's going to use a special ability to give Tony 2 sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Or give 2 sanity. And then he is going to rest right after that, so his sanity stays the same, but he does gain 1
body health. Yep.
Then he's going to his task when you perform a rest, you may delve deeper. So he's going to roll his observation.
There we go.
He succeeds. That gets 3. I think 3 is enough, and I want to see what's on here.
Okay.
Because that's going to be a good way to end this session.
Absolutely.
See the amazing thing I get for this. For 3 Eldritch tokens. So we'll flip this. Gain 1 clue for each Eldritch token on this card, then discard. Well, I should have had more, but that's fine.
No,
so
that's yeah. Getting 3 clues at once is a bunch.
Yep.
Oh, hey!
Throw it in the trash.
Throw it in the trash. You're in Arkham, and you're ending your. Were you going to move, or are you going to stay in Arkham?
I was going to move to close the gate because I already have a spell.
Okay.
Should I stay in Arkham?
I don't know that you should, but if you did, you could get rid of this. Because Tony doesn't have a spell or a clue, right?
He does not.
Alright, so you should move.
I mean, there are options. Do we still have one more place that this place could go? Or is This one...
No, we got plenty.
Okay. Yeah. Then, so I gain 3 clues, which is a lot of clues.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that stayed flipped. Okay, so a lot of clues there. And then for his last thing, he is going to move to London to deal with his gate with Tony.
All right.
Why is this? Sometimes the accuracy of the physics on this game is a little too much. Stop it.
All right, so Calvin's done.
Calvin's done.
So Lola, she doesn't really need to rest. She doesn't have a spell, but she could. She doesn't have a clue, but she could. So what else can Lola do that's useful? Could spawn some clues. So I could go shopping. All right. So Lola is going to prepare for travel and go to Arkham.
Okay.
And that brings us back to Tony, which means it's the encounter phase.
All right. Count the cultist. So what's the horror check on the cultist?
The horror check on the cultist is will +1, and their horror rating is 2.
Okay. Do I have anything?
All right.
Yeah, I have nothing.
Shoot.
So it's just the 3.
Hold on. What's the cultist's toughness now? Oh, damn it. You can't even use the handcuffs on him.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So I will roll. I get 1 success.
Okay.
So a horror check of 1, so that means I pass, right?
Horror check of 2.
Okay,
So you lose 1 sanity.
Okay. And then it is toughness, which is toughness +1 or just toughness?
Just toughness.
I will spend a focus to re-roll something. Like to do at least 1 damage here. Nope. And so, how much damage does this guy do?
3. No, 1.
1.
Big difference. Takes 3 to
that's a big
defeat him.
difference. All right. So that's it for me. For Tony. He did a whole lot of nothing. Oh well.
Yeah. All right.
He tries. Tony tries.
He tries real hard. He does try
Tony
real
tries.
hard. Where did Luke end up? I can't see him anymore.
I don't know.
Oh, he's in Shanghai. He's in Shanghai.
He's in Shanghai.
A purple card. Our first Asia card.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Shanghai. The Green Gang has hidden 200 years worth of stolen treasure in a large vault. Despite the risk, you try to break in. Observation. Not very spiritual of you, Dreamer.
Observation is only a 2. But I pass.
Nice. If you pass, you discover several magical texts. Improve lore.
Nice. All right.
Okay. All right, Calvin. He's going to do the same thing here. Okay, so start off. He has a will of 2, but he gains +2 during combat encounters.
Mm-hmm.
And I may add 1 to the result of any die. And I also get a +1 once per round. Or +1 for the trinket. Does that stack with the +2?
No. So the totem will let you. So the gain +1s don't stack, but you can use the text on it about re-rolling a die.
Yeah, so I can re-roll up to 2 dice. And I may also re-roll up to 3 dice when resolving will in a combat counter because of the King James Life. So I have 4 dice to roll, and I may re-roll 3 of them if I so wish.
All right. And so the horror check is 2, so go for it. No need.
Okay. No
you
need.
take no sanity loss.
Okay.
So now it's going to do 1 damage. You need to do 2 damage to defeat it.
Okay, so I have a 5. I'm not quite as beefy as I am. Could have used my spell to help. Damn it. I could have used my spell to help Tony.
No. No, it's when... Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
Damn it.
It's a lot to pay attention to.
5. So it's a 5. I roll. Two.
You defeat him.
Okay.
You take no damage. You defeat him.
All right. Now I have an otherworldly encounter.
Yes, you do. Whoops. All right. Your otherworldly encounter. You step through the gate. And you end up in Las Carcosa. A strange-looking man named Wild offers to repair your reputation in exchange for information. I've read this story. You may spend 1 clue to resolve the pass effect. If you do not spend the clue, resolve the fail effect.
Okay. So I got tons of clues, so I guess I'll go for the pass effect, right?
Well, okay, so the pass effect will involve a will -1. Yes, you want the pass effect because that's what lets you close this gate.
Yeah. Okay, spend 1 clue for the pass effect.
Not in there, not in there.
Oop, sorry.
I got it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Where are we? Your reputation is repaired. Improve influence.
Okay, just improve influence.
Yeah. And then there's more.
Oh, then there's more.
Wild then tells you that you are the last king of America. You try to resist this delusion. Test will -1.
Calvin is the last king of America. Okay, so will -1. My will is a 3. And then I get +1 to will.
Yep.
This isn't a combat encounter.
Yep.
Combat. Okay. And I may re-roll 2 dice. 1 from Moxie.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 from this card.
Yep.
So I roll 3 dice. Because will -1 +1.
And you pass without any of your rerolls. If you pass, Wild troubles you no further and sends you home. Close this gate.
Okay. So I'll close the gate. I will spend a clue. And put a clue on there. If I can figure out how the controls here work. And a spell to resolve this mystery.
And that will happen at the end of the Mythos phase.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, so Calvin's done.
Calvin is done.
Lola will have a research encounter in Arkham. So a city research counter.
Okay. City. When the top of the ocean tides come up at the seminar on celestial Syzygy, a smug student engage you in a heated debate.
Oh, he's mansplaining me, isn't he?
we had this before. Man. Maybe.
No, because we've never played against Syzygy before.
Okay. That's right.
I'm rolling influence, is that right?
Rolling influence -1.
There we go. It's having little mouse problems. Influence
right.
-1 is 4. I still don't have any bonuses. I'm out of focus tokens. Come on. Be nice. There we go. That's a pass.
Gain Professor. If you pass, the gray hair lecturer is impressed by your grasp of the concepts. Gain Professor Rice unique asset.
God damn it. I wanted the clue! Whoops.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, so real quick. What do you think that there's more than one thing named Rice in there?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who Professor Rice is. I wonder if that ally is going to kill me. When you gain this card from the deck, gain one relic unique asset.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is actually this is going to be good.
And when you resolve a mystic rune encounter, you gain a clue. So you could have, and you're on the mystic runes, and you could just gain the clue. And
so it was a relic.
What?
I was looking for a relic.
Yep.
When you perform a rest action, I got a Canopkick Jar. So when I rest, I can test will -1. If you pass, flip this card. Yes, so, well, this isn't probably going to matter anymore. All right, so that was Lola. And so finally, we're at our Mythos phase.
We are at the Mythos phase.
Okay, so go ahead and draw a Mythos card for us. How about a good... Oh, there are no mysteries left, or rumors left.
No.
All right.
Increase the omen track.
So we go to blue. Are there still any blue gates? No, there are no gates. So we don't lose any doom. Reckoning. All right. So this goes off. We're gonna run out of these in a little while.
Yeah.
Probably only 2 of these based on the other ones. All right, that looks okay. So it moves to the pyramids. Then starting with Tony, do his conditions.
Okay. Let's do his conditions. So the madness test. Test will. That's a 2. I fail. All right. What's the bad news? Every face seems to hold a hidden threat. Move 1 space towards the nearest wilderness or sea space. If you're on, move 1 space towards the nearest wilderness or sea space. Then if you're on a city, lose 1 sanity. Okay, that's not too bad. The nearest wilderness space is up here.
Okay, so you went to get some solitude, got away from people, and then said discard that card, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Then flip this card.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And now test strength.
All right.
I pass.
You pass.
So.
Luke doesn't have any.
Okay. Okay. Corruption. I put an Eldritch token on this card. I flip it, but it says if I have an ally, I lose it. I have no allies. Dark Pact. Roll 1 die. On a 1, the pact comes due.
Not a 1.
That's a 6.
All right, and Lola's good. So you made it through that.
All right.
You made it through that. A gate opens in Buenos Aires.
Okay.
And with it comes, I don't know what that is. A dimensional shambler.
Oh,
which,
I remember this.
Yeah, those aren't that bad. And
lost in space and time if you don't.
Yeah, that's only if you miss. Finally, you benefit from fortuitous timing. The storm broke suddenly and every ship, train, and bus that has been canceled has returned to service. You feel as if the sun watches over your journey, illuminating your path and clearing all obstacles. Fair winds. Each investigator resolves an effect of their choice. Oh, this is good for Tony. He just got bumped around. You can either move 1 space, gain a ship ticket or a train ticket, or gain 1 resource.
Okay, Tony first.
Yep.
I'll gain the axe resource. He needs some beefiness when fighting. And I mean, he'll just come back to London.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that.
Oh, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Luke will take a boat ticket. Oh, he already has one. So that in no way helps him. He'll still do that. Lola.
An asset?
Not
going to gain an asset like spawn 3 clues immediately?
Spawn what? What are you talking
News
about?
report. Take a look at the asset piles.
Yeah.
News report. When you gain this card, immediately spawn 3 clues.
Yeah. But that's not, we don't get that. We get a resource token.
Oh, okay. So I got to put the axe back because I just took something out.
I did not see you do that.
So, okay, that's a different thing. Then...
So I don't know where Lola needs to go. So I think she's just going to get a boat ticket as well. I think you took the boat ticket out of my hand.
Did I? Sorry.
No, you get either or.
Either or. Okay. Man, I am not reading well now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. We're almost done. In fact, that ends the Mythos phase.
Well, Calvin's got to pick it.
Oh, I thought Calvin did. Oh, he got an axe.
Yeah. No, Calvin didn't do anything. I'm going to gain a resource token.
Okay.
Because I can use those to heal.
All right. So now, at the end of the Mythos phase, if there are clues on this card equal to the number of investigators, solve this mystery. And guess what? There are. So, let's take a look at any personal stories to see if they resolve when we solve a mystery.
No. Not for me. You get something.
When a mystery is solved, discard this card and gain the Dreamer reward. So now, when you gain this card, gain 1 walking the ley line's unique asset. When you close a gate during the otherworld encounters, gain a clue and a focus. All right.
Nice.
Walking the Lay. So that's one that I think is not a good one because it takes you away from doing other stuff. But let's find out. More importantly, I've avoided the bads. Oh no, that's not that bad. Okay. So this, when you close a gate during an otherworld encounter, place that gate on this card, then you may flip this card. So that's something he hopefully will be doing anyways. All right. Finally, our second mystery. And remember, for Syzygy, we only need to solve 2 mysteries, though we have to do it before there are 3 Eldritch tokens on the red space. So we've got 3 more turns in order to do this.
Okay.
That's not entirely true because then we just flip the Syzygy card and stuff happens. But relics of the ancient world. With the magic that cloaks the earth from the court of Azathoth diminished by the approaching eclipse, powerful relics of old must be drained of their strength in order to bolster the barrier's strength. After investigator resolves a research encounter, he may spend 1 clue he gained from that encounter to gain a relic unique asset. After an investigator flips a relic unique asset, he may place 1 Eldritch token on this card. If he does, discard that relic unique asset. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens, cards equal to the number of investigators, solve that mystery. So, I think I have a relic.
So, yep, that would be 1.
So there's 1.
I don't have any.
No? Alright, so we might go to, Oh,
You have 2 relics.
yep. So Lola has 1.
Yeah.
Alright. So if we just go get clues, we can get relics. We could do it in time. And even if we don't, it's not the absolute worst thing because we flip this because the portal opens. So I think we're still okay. And hello doesn't belong here. Thank you for joining us. Oh, he's gone already. I didn't notice in time.
It's gone already?
But he said hello, and we greatly appreciate it, just as we appreciated Hare and Natalie. Hare and Natalie play Among Us with me on Sundays. They're fun people, and thank you guys for coming and taking a look at what we're doing. Because that's going to bring us to the end of our evening. I still think we're in good shape. We may have to go to the 3rd mystery of Syzygy if we can't do this in 2 turns. But we still, Doom is really high. The gates are few. Monsters are few. We got a bunch of clues out. Right, so Calvin could get back to this clue at space 10, which could move us along. So I think we got chances.
We have chances.
What more can you ask for than a chance? That's all this game gives us as a chance. Eric, as always, thank you for playing this game with me. I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy playing it with you.
I do too.
It's strange. What do you think? Are we going to lose?
Eventually.
I am
We're going up
feeling.
against all the elder ones. One of them is going to get us.
Oh, well, sure.
That's
Eventually.
the whole point of Eldritch Horror. That's the whole thing.
Eventually we'll lose, sure. But Syzygy, I don't know. I'll knock on. Is this wood? This is wood. I'll knock on wood. I'm feeling a wee bit optimistic about this. All right.
All right.
Have a good night. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for watching us. And hope to play more next week on Watch Us Lose.